If the asset class is going to go up another 100x from here, you honestly don't need to use leverage. You don't need to spend your whole time looking for the next 100x token and stick all your money and hopes and dreams in that. Just put 90% in the main asset classes and it'll do fine.
Strategic diversification is essential to unlock the full spectrum of opportunities available in the cryptocurrency market. Whether you're looking for long-term growth, capitalizing on price fluctuations, or launching new businesses, the landscape offers a wealth of options to meet your investment goals. Solana emerges as a model of stability and potential for long-term investors, with its strong technology and expanding ecosystem positioning it as a promising asset for sustainable growth. Investing in Solana, SOL, for the long term presents an attractive opportunity for investors looking for sustained growth and substantial potential returns. With Solana's remarkable trajectory over the past year, from around $20 to breaking through the $150 mark, the cryptocurrency has firmly established itself as a force to be reckoned with in the asset space digital. This exponential growth underscores the strong fundamentals and technological prowess of the Solana blockchain, paving the way for continued value appreciation. Analysts are optimistic about Solana's prospects, with many predicting a further rise towards the $200 mark shortly. These projections suggest the potential for an impressive 10x return on investment for those who choose to hold Solana for the long term. This bullish sentiment is fueled by Solana's expanding ecosystem, which continues to attract developers, users, and investors, driving demand and adoption of the cryptocurrency. In today's video, we will tell you about Raoul Pal's formula for 100xing your money with Solana. But before we get into the video, make sure you subscribe to our channel and press that bell icon to never miss an update. The sources of truth become one of the most important things. Blockchain made it possible. So if you think about the enormous scale of surveillance and price indexing that's happening across all assets, whether it's the global SP market, all of that will move to the blockchain. We knew we had to put all financial assets on the blockchain. After the collapse of Lehman and the implosion of the European banking system, we learned a truth. We don't own anything. In a leveraged world, collateral is what we fight for, but everyone has the right to demand collateral, so no one knows who owns what. When we get to the epicenter of collateral, which is DTCC and Euroclear, that's where everything becomes clear for the whole world. At the level of DTCC and Euroclear, they have a single lender, which is the central bank. The guarantee that the central bank takes is a joint guarantee, which is both a customs guarantee and an internal guarantee. There is therefore no segregation at this level. If you could find an asset that you could own yourself, you could take it out of the financial system, put it into the financial system, and still own it. This is a game changer. There are 1.4 trillion derivatives in circulation. Today, a lot of that has been centralized and clarified, but we still have the same problem. There's a $1.4 trillion. These are essentially one-off contracts. These are NFTs, and we have them in this big mess of needs that need to be resolved. Many people say they are moving away from the ideals of blockchain technology by entrusting it to institutions. This pleases financial institutions, but in reality, it is a Trojan horse. It is we who enter their world, not them who enter ours. This is the largest macroeconomic trade of all time. This is the best performing asset class in history over the shortest period. Then you have the gift. If you live in the Philippines, Nigeria, or New York, you can contribute 10% of your salary. So it's an egalitarian, democratic, global, homogeneous asset class. And it's the hottest asset class of all time. So given that it's pretty simple, just buy it and save it. But first, you have to face your psychology. You should stop doing FOMO, and then you should not use leverage. Because if the game is to keep your tokens between 2 trillion and 10 trillion, or even 200 trillion, when it's a fully fledged mature asset class, the game is to keep your tokens. Don't give anyone an attack vector to take your tokens off you. So if you can, better ensure your own safekeeping. Definitely don't borrow, because someone will take your tokens. It's like when we were presented with the greatest opportunity of all time. If the asset class is going to grow another 100x from here on out, there's honestly no need to use leverage. You don't need to spend all your time looking for the next 100x token and put all your hopes and dreams into it. Just invest 90% in the major asset classes and you will be fine. We're still in the middle of it all. You should be involved in technology. You should invest, if only to learn, because the biggest change for humanity and society is underway, and cryptocurrencies are just a part of it. It's like the transaction value storage layer of the internet. This is only part of the whole story. The most important things are artificial intelligence, robotics, and genetics. The GDP formula is essentially population growth plus productivity growth plus debt growth. We stopped and exploded all debt growth in 2008. Today, all debt growth only serves old debts. In reality, the global economy, and particularly that of the developed world, has slowed the trend rate of GDP growth because we have an elderly population which is slowly growing and which in many countries is now in decline. Italy, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, they're all starting to shrink now. Then we have lower population growth, which supports this large debt. So there is not enough money to pay the debt, which is why central banks are printing things. But over time, we will have to change this equation because otherwise we will not explode. Since we're still waiting for us to blow out, which everyone fears, the collateral value has to go down a lot, which is what happened in 2008. But we learned this new trick. Devalue the currency and optically the collateral increases. Next comes AI. AI is infinite human knowledge, and it will become cheaper and cheaper until it turns into water. Then you scale knowledge at zero cost, which is the human brain, and beyond, because that's where we're going. And then there are robots, which adapt to physical humans. So now we have infinite humans at exponentially decreasing cost. Next, productivity. Productivity is essentially the output per kilojoule of energy. If you look at electricity prices in the UK over the last 50 years, they are quite stable. They are cyclical, but fairly stable. So with electric vehicle technologies, geothermal, wind power, and all things we're working on, we know they're not scalable enough yet. Storage issues and other things, but we know that their price will drop exponentially and that we increase production. And then we have nuclear energy and what we can do with nuclear technology. So we're going to have, and maybe have again, the cost of electricity over the next 10 or 15 years. What's that going to do? If technology is halved, productivity doubles. If it drops by half, productivity triples. Therefore, this will triple productivity while introducing an infinite population. Perhaps this is an economic singularity in which all understanding of economies and economics completely breaks down. The fact is that we are rapidly approaching this point. Additionally, we need to understand that as AGI comes, they use it to grow their business models and everything else. That's why 500 people can outperform everyone on Earth. When everyone understands this, the speed of disruption will be comparable to that of the coin cycle or the ICO cycle. What business lasts? Who is bothered by who? How long do these disruptive cycles last? This could take hours, days, months, or even a few years. We just don't know. That's all for today. Let us know your views in the comments section below, and don't forget to like this video before leaving. Thanks for watching.